Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Find Out, the show that gives you all you need to know about the ins and the outs of the automotive world. Brought to you by VHIX. Now every vehicle that's not on blocks can drive. But when you start to think about how that works, it gets a little fuzzy. I'm your host Jeff Wilson, and in today's episode, we're going to make some distinctions about the different driving systems available today. Even more importantly, we're going to help you determine which of those driving systems best fits your rock and roll lifestyle. So there's rear-wheel drive, there's all-wheel drive, there's front-wheel drive, and there's four-wheel drive. But what's the difference in price? What's the difference in performance? What's the difference in safety? I guess what I'm trying to ask is what's the difference? Tom Collins, our automotive expert, is here to help us uncover those differences. Tom, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure. Great to be here, Jeff.
So I mentioned the different types of drive systems. How does a drive system even work?
Well, a drive system basically takes the power from the engine and the transmission, puts it on the road, and moves the vehicle.
Okay, I think first we'd like to understand a rear-wheel drive system. And we just so happen to have a Ford Mustang right here, which I believe is a rear-wheel drive system.
Yes, it is, and what a great car it is. Of course, Ford was one of the first manufacturers, and back in the early days, rear-wheel drive was it.
Can you explain to us how a rear-wheel drive system works?
Yes, so you've got the engine in front, where it typically is, followed by a transmission, and there's a drive shaft that runs back to power the rear wheels.
Okay, and then the natural benefits of that would be what?
Much better weight distribution, leading to increased handling and towing capacity.
Okay, we've covered the back end of the vehicle. How about the front end for front-wheel drive?
Front-wheel drive is probably the most common drive system far and away. It's found in economy cars, family cars, minivans, small SUVs. Everywhere you look, you'll find front-wheel drive.
And can you explain to us why we do find that more commonly?
Well, there's a lot of advantages to front-wheel drive. It's less weight, for one thing. The engine and transmission, the differential, all bolted together and all under the hood, right in front of the vehicle.
Okay.
That means less moving parts, less complexity, less weight, better fuel economy.
All right, Tom, we've covered the front half and the back half. Now we're here at all-wheel drive. Can you take us through how this works?
Well, Jeff, with this system all-wheel drive, you've got all four wheels being powered at all times.
A benefit of that would be what?
Well, you've got much greater traction on any kind of slippery surface, including rain, ice, and especially snow.
One of the big questions I've always had, what's the difference between an all-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive like this Big Mac Daddy here? Can you explain this?
Yeah, in this one here, you've got rear-wheel drive with the possibility of selecting to the front wheels, at which time it becomes an all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive vehicle.
And why would I want that? What is the benefit?
Well, the benefit is if you want to do off-roading, conditions get slippery, icy, you've got the ability to turn these front wheels on. The same can be said for towing or pulling. A lot of times you need that extra pull, the extra traction. You've got it with the selectable system.
So it seemed like common sense coming into this, and it definitely does coming out, that all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive really gives you the best opportunity in almost every driving condition.
If you live where it ever gets icy or snowy, it can save your life.
Well, I know I've learned a ton about drive systems today. Tom, thanks a lot for being out here and giving us all that great knowledge.
My pleasure.
Thanks to Discount Master Auto Repair from Longmont, Colorado for having us out. I'm your host, Jeff Wilson, and we'll see you again on Let's Find Out.